brought to light the difference between unintentional and intentional feeding, and there was a lot of questions about people being able to use bird feeders, and I believe the good chair cleared that up as well. So the amendment does make the bill itself easier to understand, especially for people who like to put out feeders during certain seasons to feed the birds. So I believe it's a good amendment. It should pass. On the underlying bill, this bill received a very lengthy hearing, a public hearing, and we listened to the Department of Environmental, DEP, come in and talk about it. We listened to their bear biologists talk to us about how the bear population in Connecticut has exploded to over 1,600. In 2002, there were 67 bear sightings in 22 different towns, and the number of bear sightings and bear attacks, people going into people's homes, is steadily increasing. Today, there was a bear killed by a car in New Hartford. Yesterday, there was a bear that went into someone's home in Bloomfield. In Avon, just the other day, there was a bear that went into a bakery. We understand these are animals. They're looking for food. We don't want them to have access, but if you're cooking dinner in your house and the smell is wafting out, it'll attract bears. We know what the attractions are: garbage, other things. But all this bill does is allow people to defend themselves, and it allows farmers or agriculture to defend their crop. And that doesn't mean they see a bear wander onto the property, they can take it. It means they can talk to DEP, get a permit, and have the DEP come out and make sure they've taken every step possible to keep the bear off their property from destroying their crops. Then DEP can make a decision whether or not to issue a permit for that person to take that nuisance wildlife when the time is safe. So this is, in my opinion, after listening to all the testimony and the hearings we had in the committee meeting, it is just codifying that you can protect your property, your family, your pets, your house from a very dangerous animal. And I realize that it is a very emotional subject for people, but it's just to help to protect the people of Connecticut. Now, DEP recommended that we have a bear hunt. We are only us and Rhode Island are the only two states that do not allow a bear hunt. We understand that is not on the table here. This is just basically codifying what is already law in Connecticut. So if a bear comes into your property and is going after your pet or your child, you don't have to think twice that if I protect my family or my property, I'm going to be arrested and have to face a prosecutor. This is simply doing that. We just want to make people safe as these bear sightings and bear encounters are skyrocketing in Connecticut. We need to have a better combination with the help from DEP to explain to people what's attracting the bears and how do we stop that. And instead of taking pictures to put on Facebook, make noise, make them unwelcome. We don't want to take these bears. But just a couple weeks ago, we had a cute little goat in here. That same goat owner from Goat Boy Soaps had a bear attack one of her goats and take it by the throat and almost kill it. I don't want that to happen to a citizen of Connecticut or people's pets or their livestock. I don't want them second guessing whether they can defend themselves or their pets or their property. And that's what this bill does. We need to do more about educating the public and making sure that those food sources are curtailed. But this is just taking away second guessing to defend what we love. And I do not want to see a human being, killed here or anywhere else by a bear in Connecticut. And I think this is a good first step in helping that happen.